Okay, Dorina, thank you for the tip. Can you hear me now? It would have been helpful for me to get my audio working. Okay, thanks, Dr. Art. Thank you, David. Hey, everybody, welcome. It's Hubert running solo for about 10 minutes. Ridgely is running a little bit behind, and he's en route to join the call now. Let me welcome some of our usual suspects. Kurt, still the long distance holder. It's amazing that you call in from all that way. I don't even know what time it is over where you are. Okay, David, welcome. Dorina, thanks for pointing out that I didn't have the sound. I see Dr. Art. Thank you, Art. Jim, hey, Jim, I was saying that I know I have an email from you that I've actually not had a chance to even open yet. And I see Scott has joined us. Bill's iPhone. Welcome, 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 everybody. Okay, so let's see. Participants are coming in. Again, Ridgely is running a little bit late. And I see Coach Matt is on. Hey, Matt, welcome. Ridgely gave me a heads up and asked me to bring you on in a little bit for our hot seat. I know you have limited time to spend with us, so we'll get you on. And Ridgely says he'll jump on a little bit towards the end of your time with us. Okay, Dorina has a hot seat request, so let's bring Dorina right on. Dorina says, I have a talk I wouldn't mind getting feedback on. So that's great. And then let me just read Kurt's note here. Hello, Ridgely, Hubert, and friends from a beautiful spring evening in Johannesburg at 2200 hours. Looking forward to being together again. Great. Okay, so Dorina, let me bring up the document that you're referencing, and then I will bring you on to, let's see, how do I add you? Let's see. Okay. Promote the panelist. All right, Dorina, tell me if you see you being. Okay, folks. Hey, Dorina, good to see
Hey,
you. Let's
good to
do a
see you.
quick sound check.
One?
Okay, I can hear you great. All
Good.
right, so give us some background, and then may I share that document with everyone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, awesome.
I have spent the last, when did we start with this ChatGPT thing? Whenever we start, was it 2 years ago? Was it three? I don't even know.
Right.
Whenever we started with this ChatGPT thing, I have managed to create an AI clone of myself.
Wow.
Now,
Well, when you told me you finally got past those issues that you were having, I was like, yay, hooray. Now, if just for the benefit of all of us, was it ChatGPT just being fussy and now it grew up and now it's smarter, or was it that you were having some issue kind of like setting it up?
no, I have finally figured out how to cause it to do what I want it to do. It includes cursing at it, telling it it's a useless piece of shit and it's wrong,
All right.
patting it on the head when it does a good job. And I've also gotten very good at getting it to explain to me where the problems are and how to overcome them and troubleshoot them. So anyway, so I've created this AI clone of me that knows all of my frameworks, my methodologies, and I've also got this massive prompt, which is the Dorina voice protocol, where I've laid in, language to use, not to use, limbic messaging, meta model, Milton model, nested loops, embedded commands, all of the stuff, right?
So do you
So
keep this around? Do you keep this around in a text file for safekeeping? And
I have it in like 3 or 4 different places.
good, good.
Yes, it is redundant. It's on Google Docs, it's in hard copy, it's in my file here on the computer. But anyway, I was a client, well, it started with, I'm trying to figure out a title for a thing. And so I said, well, give me the thing and I'll look at it. And I looked at it and the thing was a piece of crap. So I rewrote the thing and I gave her a title and she's like, oh my God, this is amazing. So then it became, can you help me with my freebie? So of course, she paid me for that. She paid me for the freebie. And
Nice.
now, and the freebie is a masterpiece. And this is a talk which drives people to opt in to this freebie.
Got it.
So
Okay. So
it's
just so that I double check, this is not something for you. This is something you're doing for one of your clients.
It's for a client, and it's what I've done is I've layered the Dorina voice protocol, removed my master, ruler, magician, mind type archetypes, and superimposed her. What is she? She's a giver, primary, master, secondary, and she is an idealist, warrior, caregiver. So I've
Right.
superimposed her voice onto my infrastructure, and I've run it through Perplexity and asked Perplexity's opinion, and Perplexity's like, "Oh my God, this is amazing. This is, da, 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 da," but it's an AI. So
Right.
I was hoping you could lay eyes on it. The limbic messaging starts, about halfway down the page, and this is the 20-minute version. I don't expect you to go through the whole thing.
Right. So now a couple of questions.
Yeah.
So you said she's a caregiver. Is she like medically certified in any
No,
way?
no, 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 no. That's her archetype.
Ah, gotcha. Oh, I
That's
see
her
what.
archetype. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what does she intend to do with this?
Okay, she used to be a DOD, well, you'll see, she was an auditor for the DOD. She is
Right.
very much into detoxing houses all over the Blackstone, Vanguard, State Street, controlling everything bullshit, the pharmaceuticals, poisoning everybody and all that. Her mission is to get people to get the toxins out of her house, but she's also going to be getting into the manufactured fake foods, the fake meat and all,
Right.
basically exposing all of the negative stuff that is being inflicted on people.
So this is like a health coaching thing.
This is, if she'll go to your house, in fact, I'm positioning her to work at the ultra high net worth level as somebody to go in and basically clean the entire place out, get
So
rid
this
of
is
all
like
the
a
crap.
this is like a this is like a detox audit and
Yes.
remediation.
Yeah, she's not a coach
Right.
person.
Okay, got it.
No.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, super, super interesting niche. All right, so what a couple of questions, and again, folks, let's make this interactive. We all have different skills that can definitely come in here. So let me just bring up my chat so that I have throw out questions that you would like Dorina to
Yeah,
ask
Yeah, Jim, she paid me to write her freebie for her.
right there.
That
Yeah, no,
that's
yes. And just to clarify that, Jim. So when Dorina says freebie, I assume you're meaning that in the sense that this is like a free lead magnet
the
for
lead
her to
magnet.
use. Right. Yeah. And so
Yeah,
her
it's this
list.
Detox Manifesto that this thing is blah blah blah. Download the
Exactly.
thing, and then
So is her name Diane?
her name is Diane.
Okay, great. Okay, so the first question is just so that we kind of have a sense of this. How does this is the content of a talk that she'll give in person or a
Yes,
spiel or a
this is a
webinar or what's
read from the stage. This is the
wow.
20-minute version from which I've created a 10 and a 5 and a 60-second and a one-liner and all that other crap.
And is this what her freebie is you would go to attend this as a live talk or what is it?
Yeah, so this is her being invited speaker on stage at some conference thing, and she educates them and talks to them about the Flexner report and da da da.
Right.
And the call to action is download this 30-page manifesto that we wrote.
Okay, got it. And this what I'm looking at right here is the 30-page manifesto.
No, this is the speech.
Ah, got it. This is actually the speech. Okay. So my first bit of advice is you mentioned that you had the shorter versions of this.
Yes.
Do you have a version that will actually work as like an irresistible lead magnet type of thing that she can if she appears on somebody's let's say she has the opportunity to appear on somebody's podcast to talk about, how you can the five things you must know to
Mhm.
detox your house something
Yep.
like that. Do you have like a soundbite kind of distillation of her freebie that she could actually literally give away like a one pager that would lead to this?
No, this is a talk that somebody would go to would be given at a conference.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to bring you to is in marketing, we have that funnel,
Yeah.
right? So at the very top of the funnel, before going to the conference, you would equip yourself with these lead magnets that are more, it's less to take a commitment to do. It's something you sign up for free, and you start interesting them in the whole concept of that your house, is full of toxins and
Well,
this, that, and the other thing.
I've got one which is I don't even remember what I named it. The one that was so bad I just redid it for her. That is one of these, 10 steps to do
Exactly.
whatever short thing. The longer manifesto is also free.
Hmm.
And I've got it positioned so that the 20-minute talk leads to the longer thing. If she's got the 5-minute talk, it leads to the short 10
Right.
list thing.
Got it. Okay. And again, this version is the actual talk.
This is the actual talk. I didn't always think this way, like most people. I trusted the system, blah, 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 blah.
Right. Exactly. Okay,
Right.
cool. All right. So actually, why don't we do this? Let's jump right into this piece. Let's quickly check some of the limbic messaging, whether or not we should set it up more towards the beginning or not. And then we'll, on a subsequent call, we'll have you come back with some of the shorter ones, because I'm more concerned about you giving her value, Diane value, in those shorter ones that
Yeah.
lead up to them wanting this one. Okay, so now tell me where the limbic messaging starts. How did
Uh,
we get so sick, and what can we do about it?
keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a
Folks,
second.
if anybody sees anything that
No,
of
there's
no,
an I believe and you deserve up there in the first page somewhere.
I, I believe truth lies in the trail.
Yeah, there's a previous one on the previous page, but I don't see it because I'm old and I'm blind.
We can fix that. Here we go. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So my first bit of advice would be that the
Mhm.
main headline become more limbic in its nature.
Oh, nobody's going to see that. This is her script. So
Ah, okay.
they'll start with, I didn't always think this way. Like most
Okay.
people, I
Right.
trusted the system, so blah, blah, blah. And I think just below where you are is where the limbic message is somewhere. I started looking at it.
Because my advice is the
Oh,
jam
there you
pack.
go. You deserve. There we go. You
And also,
deserve to
here's
know.
that we picture a world,
We
right?
picture a world.
You deserve to know what you're being exposed to. Now, you see, to me, this is a great hook. And folks, there are some I see looking at the guest list. I see there are some new people on the call, and so let me just give you the 1 minute brief on these, the magic of these, what we call limbic messages. Okay, limbic messages come in various formats, some of which are sentences that start with "you deserve," or "we picture a world where," or "I believe in such and such," and so forth. And the reason why these limbic messages work so well, as the name implies, they're limbic, they're emotional in nature. They're meant to get people nodding their heads in agreement. Okay. And once you get people to believe what you believe in, most of the heavy lifting is done. And that's what actually I'm going to demonstrate too when we talk to Coach Matt in a minute or two.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And my question is, am I overdoing the limbic messages in this first part of this talk? So
you're not, but
not yet.
I would suggest to you where to put them might
Okay.
be might be optimized. Okay. So look at this. Look at this. You deserve to know what you're being exposed to. Okay. That's powerful. Imagine if this thought, if Diane was to actually start her talk that way, and
Okay.
meaning it's up over here, right? Meaning like she comes walking on the stage and she can even open with, you deserve to know what you're being exposed to. And then she can pose a question. Is your house poisoning you? Is is your office doing the opposite of taking care of your staff? You see what I'm saying? Start off with something much more limbic and more provocative,
Hmm.
right? And so actually, so I like what you did here. And this second one, we picture a world where you don't have to earn clean air. That could be the answer, the resolution to the question about, you deserve to know what you're being exposed to in your home and in your office. Right? You see how you're setting up that kind of a that kind of a provocative question,
Yeah.
and then you talk about the answer. Okay. So then the doctor didn't fix my eczema. That was the beginning, the audit mind. Okay, so now at what point does she switch into presenting her solution?
About 2/3 of the way through.
Okay, got it. Okay. So is it fair to characterize that most of this part of the talk is like surfacing the issue, and then or is she really going into her background?
No, she's not. She's light on the background. It's only a couple of paragraphs, and then it's beating them over the head to get them to go, holy crap, I really got to do something about this.
Okay.
And it's
Yeah.
not that hard. And here's how you
Right.
start the Detox
Okay.
Manifesto.
So you deserve better. You deserve to know what you're breathing. Okay, so now the observation I'm making here is that I think that this background story here is better served past excuse me, past this part here. Okay, because this
Mm.
part here about you deserving it and all of that is really the answer towards the problem and what you shouldn't do. Now here in this part, I'm sorry, I'm being a little unclear. I do think that here the limbic messaging is getting jammed in too, I'm not gonna say gratuitously, but they're so close on the heels of each other that maybe just because clarity matters is not necessarily good to follow right over here.
Mm.
Okay, so Dr. Art is saying WIIFM near top. I'm sorry,
Okay.
what is
What's in it for me?
WII?
What's in it for
What's in it for
me?
me? Oh, gotcha. Right, exactly. Right, and that's actually what I was trying to express earlier. That up top is more about the either you scare them with, oh my God, my house is poisoning me, or my office is, or whatever, or what the heck's going on, but putting that more towards the top. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then now Coach Matt has to go shortly, Dorina. So I'm gonna just spend another minute with you, and then I'll
Mhm.
take this on as homework. And I have some prompts that I can run to kind of back engineer. Now, okay, so
Oh,
now
okay, great.
now scanning, I do see that you do drop in a lot of limbic stuff. My question is, if you're writing this for her, how
Mhm.
good is she actually at delivering this? Like, are these talking notes? I mean, is she meant to deliver this verbatim?
Well, ideally, because of all of the nested subconscious stuff that I've got in there. And I wrote it in her voice, not my voice.
Right.
And she read an earlier draft and she said, "Oh, I this sounds like me talking."
Oh, that's excellent. Okay, now
Yeah, that was the whole idea.
have you had a meeting with her and gone over this particular copy yet?
No, I just finished it. I just sent it to
Okay.
her.
All right. So let me run it through a couple of my prompts, and then I'm going to send it to you. I
Okay,
don't want
thank you.
I don't want her being overwhelmed and feel like, oh, Dorina, this is like too much. Like you could deliver it for me, but I wouldn't be able to do it myself.
Oh no, she saw the longer version. She's like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." You know? And she also has the 10 and the 5 and the 60-second in her hand. So
Right.
um, she's going to be practicing the 5 and the 10.
Right. Okay. So anyway,
Okay,
so
thank
let
you.
me take that as homework. Thank you for joining us.
Okay,
And
thanks.
oh, Rich Lee's joining us now. And Rich, say hello to Dorina. Dorina just needed some help. We just gave her a quick tune up on something, and then now we're gonna bring Matt on. Thanks, Dorina.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Rich Lee, I am changing Dorina's role to attendee. And Rich, can you unmute yourself to do a sound check?
Check.
There you go.
Testing.
Yep. Okay, that's great. Okay, so since you're back here, why don't you bring Matt on? I did see him in the chat.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop sharing.
Looks like he had to go. Yeah. Oh, no, here it is. Got it. Hold on.
I think it said Coach Matt.
I said, Coach, I was looking for M. I went blazing by the seas of the world. All right. Hey,
Hey,
there he is. See,
hey, it's a pleasure to meet you, Matt.
Pleasure to meet you guys. Pleasure to be here. Honored to be here.
Okay.
the very gym where I get my butt kicked on a regular basis, Hewlett Lee, just let you know.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, let's get Coach Matt ramped up so that he can kick other people's butts too.
Yeah, there you go. So tell us what we're most looking to do here. Give Hubert the scoop on what you're looking to do.
So I've got a service that I offer that I have not found a way to market it in a way that I know if I invest time and energy in a certain direction, I'm guaranteed some sort of return. Do you want to hear about the actual service and what it is?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So this is
I'm sorry,
busy.
before you start, do you have a website that I can look at while you tell the story?
I do. I'll put it in the chat right here and everybody can check it out.
Okay, great. Yep. And where are you located? Pensacola?
I've got a gym in New Orleans and this is in Pensacola, but the business is virtual.
I got it. Okay. Love It Life. Okay, so your last name is Love It.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Okay.
Isn't that
Sorry,
good?
sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
So the actual class, so the problem is that busy dads don't have time to work out. So they don't have time to get in the car, drive to the gym. They don't have accountability. They don't know exactly what to do. And so I looked at solving this problem. So what I did was I asked all my buddies, and I've got a live virtual workout class, and it's a program, it's a system. They log in from 6 to 6:30 Monday through Friday for a live workout. I send them equipment. We do tests. We've got recordings. We've got a group chat. It's a whole system for them to work out from home, 30 minutes, 5 times a week. Very time efficient, very as done for you as workout can be for customized for that specific male demographic, 35 to 55-ish.
Okay. And tell us what you've done so far for the marketing that has not worked as well as you wanted it to.
Oh gosh, I have hired marketing companies that did gym marketing, realizing how different my product is than like a regular gym. I've created a lot of lead magnets years ago. I've got different versions I've made and tried and tested. I've run ads on Instagram and Facebook. I never really invested a whole lot of time in one direction because I never got any traction in any of the directions that I tried.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Hubert, where do we start?
Well, so I'm running the brain, and so it's looping through and doing some limbic messaging, but it still needs time to run. Tell me the form of, if somebody says yes and buys this, what do they actually get, Matt?
What they get is, well, they'll get equipment in the mail, then they'll get access to the live workouts that we do 5 mornings a week for one, it's monthly. Um,
Okay, and
they'll get access to recordings, they'll be put into a group chat. Some guys join with a coaching package for the first 3 to 6 months.
what are the price points?
Just the workouts and everything is $327 monthly. And
Mhm.
then with the coaching for the first 3 to 6 months, $650. And that's half an hour once a week.
And so there's no, is there a lower kind of a take the course kind of a self-service lower price thing?
No, there isn't.
Okay. So, and this is a new this is a new venture and you don't have any clients yet, or do you have some members that are in it?
This is about 2.5 years old, and
Okay.
I've got, I think, 14, 15 active, 5 are live, and then the rest. A lot of guys just do recordings because there's daily uploads and there's an app and everything with the phone.
Okay. And so is there a membership site that they log into to consume all of this, or what is that?
Yeah, on the website there's a library, there's a login they go to. It's all connected through Kajabi is the platform.
Right. Okay, cool. Okay. And so originally, and I use Kajabi a lot for our clients. And so we just want to make sure that you're using it, that you're aware of some of the features that it has. So there's a community section, there's emailing and all of that. So are you building an email list and so forth?
I've got an email list. It's only a couple hundred. I do the emails right now. I run a podcast and I just get clips and I put those on Instagram. So I do have a podcast that is somewhat of a marketing something that's not really generating much.
Okay. And then your current core members, do you have testimonials from them?
Yes, all over that website you'll see them.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay. Anything come to your mind, Ridgely? I'm just checking on the status of this PAF brain running.
To me, there's one of the things that I think might be interesting, Hubert, is to see what kind of networking groups or main dominated communities might exist in the local market. Because Matt is very engaging, very charismatic, and his ability to speak to some of those groups, I think, could be a very strong pull. Like the old Speak Live course virtual. Not that Matt would have to trade time for money, but still speak live and say, hey, I've got the best program ever for you. It's at 6 o'clock in the morning, so anybody can do this kind of a thing. I think that has major possibilities.
So now a variant of that, or a question I would have on that, is because Matt's customers can be anywhere, it doesn't necessarily need to be a live session originally. It could be like appearing on somebody's webinar or podcast or something like that, right?
Agreed, totally.
Yeah, and having two young children, if I can do things virtually around a better schedule, that's much easier for me.
Okay. Right. And then Ridgely, have you talked to Matt about the power of JVing and does Matt know any other influencers and so forth and building up those relationships?
We actually haven't talked too much about affiliate marketing, although that's certainly, you know, a big one. That would be a big one, actually.
And so I'll have Ridgely describe that approach, Matt, but what I'm getting at is not necessarily other people that would be in your space exactly, meaning like people that directly offer what you offer, they're going to think of you as competition, right? But there are going to be very closely aligned influencers where you can cross promote each other. Like you might recommend somebody for, I don't know, nutrition or something like that, and they may recommend you for at-home workouts, right? And so have you gone through your ecosystem and kind of like written down all the people that you know are influencers in a related health area?
Yeah, I actually did like a joint kind of meeting with the local nutritionist, the IV place, a stretch therapy place, and we kind of did like a joint seminar. We did that once. I just did that once, and I didn't get much traction from that one time I did it, but I only did it once.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you as part of your homework is to kind of go through your network in your mind and identify people, regardless of what niche they're in, identify people that have a bit of reach, like that they're legit influencers, right? And see if you have any gems in your network that can really like benefit from some sort of co-marketing. Originally, do you want to kind of explain how JV marketing works?
Well, actually,
Well, I think
it's 3:30, guys. I kind of got to get going.
Oh, okay.
you jam out of here. We'll pick it up next time, but at least we got a little bit of a head start here. Have fun with your client.
I'm really excited, guys. I look forward to being back. Thanks.
Okay. Take care,
right.
Matt.
All right. Bye for
Okay.
now. All right. Back to you, Huey.
Okay. So anyway, now Ridgely, I don't know what you wanted to cover, but I was excited about learning something from ChatGPT that I wanted to share with everybody.
Great.
Let's see here. And Dorina has a good term for what Matt what I was asking Matt. Dorina's term is adjacent people. So yeah, people that are in fields related to what Matt has to offer that they could co-market together. I was going to turn them on to like the idea of chiropractic and stuff like that, because like a partnership with, like the amped folks originally, right? Like that kind of chiropractic community would be a good fit for Matt.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
So originally, let me and then everybody, I know we're all over the place today, so just forgive us here. Okay, so originally, take a look at this. You can see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So first off, I wanted to give everybody a resource. Okay, so this is a new resource I found. Oftentimes we have the need to scrape a website. Okay, meaning we need a version of the website that's specifically just comprised of text. Okay, so there's a service called Appify.com. Okay, and it's console.appify.com. It's free. It gives you $5 worth of credits, and then which actually, you know, I've crawled 3 or 4 or 5 websites so far, and I haven't had to pay yet. Okay, but the idea is that it has these different actors, and these actors do different things. This one, for example, is pre-built, and it's specifically for crawling a website, right? And so originally, this is how I got one of our recent clients, SmileStation.dental. I actually just put this in here and click start, and it goes and creates a text file with just the text from the website, okay, which is super valuable. And then what I did was I went into, that's this file right here. And then I went to ChatGPT and I said, act as an expert on creating OpenAI assistants and training them. I have a dentist website at smilestation.dental, and I used Appify to scrape the website content. I received the attached JSON file, that's this file right here, and need a text file optimized for training an AI agent to write marketing content for the website. Okay, so I'm using ChatGPT 5 thinking mode, okay, which I really like. And it thinks for 19 seconds and it says, awesome, I pulled your JSON file, cleaned and deduped the content, stripped the boilerplate, normalized headings and paragraphs, and packaged everything into a single training-ready TXT file. That's this guy here, with the brief brand profile header, blah, 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 followed by per URL section. So it went and created this document here, okay, which I will show everybody. And so here, let me just make this bigger. So ChatGPT went ahead and like did a summary of all of this, and then it goes and for each of the pages, it gives the text. Okay, so I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna create my AI assistant with this. Okay, and originally, you know why I did this? Because of MGM's designs request last night, and so that's what I was working on. Okay, now take a look at this. This is what I wanted to share. And so the reason why I like and I wanted to share ChatGPT 5 thinking mode with everybody is this is one of the first times where ChatGPT is going above and beyond and educating me into some new concepts by interacting with it, with that idea on my behalf during a task that I'm doing. So what I mean by that is this. And if you want, I can also produce a second file with few shot marketing snippets. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, yes, but explain what few shot approach means. So it goes and it creates this file, which we'll look at in a second. And then it teaches me this. And this I wanted to share with everybody. When training or prompting an AI model, a few shot approach means you don't just give it instructions. You also show it a few high quality examples of what you want. Why? Because actually the model learns style, tone, and structure faster from examples than from abstract instructions alone. Okay? How it works. Each example pairs a script, the kind of request a user might give, with a completion, the kind of answer you want. So the result is that the model sees these as a pattern. So when you ask later for it to generate it, it mimics it. Okay, so I'm like, really? Okay. And I said, this would be a new approach for me. I think it holds promise, but it seems to require some upfront work. Please convince me of this approach. Right. And so I just wanted to show that as a teaching moment too. If AI is trying to convince you to do something or suggesting something, I wanted to convince me by teaching me more about it. Right. Small investment in time pays dividends and how reliably your AI assistant will perform. Let me break down why it's worth it, especially for a dental website like SmileStation. And again, originally, I want to point out to everybody, because this is my ChatGPT account, it learns what my interests are, and it knows that most of the time I'm writing for dental clients. And that's why it's breaking it down in the context of a dental website like SmileStation for me, right? So it goes and it tells me all the benefits, and I'm looking at it and wow, I'm like, less training. Look, a handful of curated examples, 5 to 20, like the ones we started with, can replace a 200-page instruction manual on how to do it. So I'm like, wow, I'm like getting very interested in this. So I haven't actually gone ahead and done it yet, but it's telling me that if I spend a few hours building 10 to 15 great examples, then each time it's going to be able to produce it. So I said, how should I curate the examples? Do I write them myself? Do I find examples I like? Please assume that I'm the owner of the dentist website, smilestation.dental. Give me step by step. Here's another tip. Ask for step-by-step SOPs. It thinks for 46 seconds. Absolutely. Here's a clear, repeatable SOP to curate few shot examples for your Smile Station assistant. Okay. So you do this, you clarify this. So I'm going to read through. And so originally, as a proof of concept, I'm actually going to try to do this for the AI assistant, compare it to my normal way of creating the AI assistant. And then, like, this is a lot of work, but if the results are much better, this could be very, very promising. And not now, I know I dove in very, very deep, and this is very uber geeky, but there are some in our audience that might really be interested in digging in this this deep. Okay, so now let me show you the actual example. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, couldn't you use in creating the examples, couldn't you also use the prompt of ask me questions to make this great so that you could refine it while working inside the tool?
Yes, but you would do that to help you write these 10 to 15 examples. It started me off with 5. What this is saying is that after these 5 examples are like the best you can make it, it's going to learn from the example what to do, meaning it's using you don't have to tell it exactly what to do. You find things that you like, and it's going to emulate it. Right. And so, like, for example, if there was a prompt, introduce Dr. Scott Bridges in a friendly and professional tone, and it gives this example, and using your approach, I can interact with AI and craft this to a really good result. And I can come up, and then I come up with the 5 to 10 examples. This is telling me that in the few shot model, that's all AI needs. I don't need to go and write all the instructions that I currently write, which is a lot. Okay, and so actually, let me stop sharing.
Because I just like on what you just had up there with those examples, with limbic messaging, we could, the two of us, very quickly improve those examples.
Yes, exactly. And then we don't have to teach AI how we got those examples. It just knows to emulate those examples.
That's awesome.
The promise of this is pretty cool. It's a little scary because you give up a little bit of control, but it may be worth it. So let me while we're talking about this, let me pull up my example of my current actual instruction sheet for people, and then you guys can all kind of see the complexity of this. So give me a second, Ridgely. Do you mind checking the chat, Ridgely, in case anybody's asking anything?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so okay. All right, I am just going to my all right, folks. So now I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to go. Okay, so this is an actual real life example. I'm going to share this document here. This is my actual. Okay, this is my actual AI system instruction. And again, the system instruction would be like the equivalent of a prompt for an AI assistant. Okay, you create an AI assistant. I do mine in ChatGPT, and I give it this system prompt, and that way it learns how to do all of these things, and I'll walk through it. Okay, now this is my system prompt for an OpenAI assistant. So I give it the brand details, right? So you're an official SEO content writer for anything that's in yellow, originally, is what I customize for each client of ours. Meaning, because they're all dentists, everybody can use the rest of this, but we need to substitute the specific details. But look at this. I have this super prompt that is broken down into the role and the purpose, teaching it about partner attraction formula. Here's the limbic messaging. Here's the formats of limbic messaging. Then I have a section of mandatory workflow. I ask it to identify a keyword. Then it's going to produce a content outline. It's going to write it section by section. It's got to have 250 words at least, blah, 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 for each section. Always include these elements, and there's a whole bunch of elements. Then have a clear call to action, and then provide all the WordPress information. Then you're going to clearly mark, here's the final output to use. You're going to explain to the writer, and then here's all of this stuff. Now, originally, what this approach is here with this few shot examples, this is having the promise of, never mind giving me all the instructions. Give me some examples of the output that you want, and then it's going to do it. You were telling me about your friend who has put 25 years of training into his AI. It can emulate his voice, not because of instruction, but because he's providing the examples. Right. And so I'm trying to make the transition, and I don't know if this will be successful or not, because there's a lot of effort involved here. I know all the instructions, and I'm happy with how AI performs, but I want to see, given this few shot training, if it can just learn from my examples. And I'm going to do that as a field study and let everybody know. Now, while we're here,
why would you not do both? I mean, what's the danger in doing the few shot examples as part of the agent that you're using, plus doing what's been proven to work already?
If you and I do it, there would not be a disadvantage to doing both. If we give a lower level associate instructions to do it, it's a little overkill to do both at the level of, a staff member. Meaning, for all of us here on the mastermind, and we're enthralled about AI and we run our own business, it's cool to do it and learn. But in actuality, when you're trying to pump out whatever you need to pump out, blog articles or whatever, the lower level staff may not be interested in doing it that way. Frankly, is why.
Because it's too hard.
Yeah, because it's kind of unpredictable. Meaning, if I want to replicate exact results for junior staff, I have to be much more follow this SOP, do this, and this, as opposed to I'll do the two of them and see which one's better.
Okay.
Now, originally, I wanted to share this with everybody too, because this is brand new. Now, folks originally asked me to educate our AI assistants to produce the concept of AI-friendly copy. Do you want to just give 30 seconds on originally what makes AI-friendly copy and what you can do? And actually, we're on the edge of a breakthrough here. We've gotten very good at and very confident in our ability to have businesses show up well in AI platform related searches, such as AI overviews and such. Do you want to mention that originally?
Yeah. So the concept here is that you have to think in terms of how, if we assume that someone is speaking to an AI tool, whether they're speaking because they're speaking onto their computer or they're speaking because they're speaking onto their mobile device, whatever it may be, how would that sound? So, for example, let me give an example. Let's suppose somebody is afraid of the dentist. In the old days, a dental website might say something like sedation dentistry dash perfect for the anxious patient. Nobody would ever say that into an AI tool. They would say something like, I'm afraid of the dentist. Is sedation dentistry good for me? Question mark. So you could write in your FAQ, I'm afraid of the dentist. Is sedation dentistry right for me? Question mark. Why would you do that? Because when somebody speaks that into the AI engine that they're using, AI is going to look all over the place. And they're going to go, oh, Dr. Hubert Lee answers this perfectly right here in this FAQ on sedation dentistry. And that's going to rise to the top of the AI search engine. Assuming, of course, that we've done all the other proper things to optimize the AI engine, the schema code, the code to invite people in, LLMS.text, LLM large language models.text.txt, all those things. If you assume you've done the technical stuff, then there's the human side. And this is super important for everybody to understand because somebody can be great at the technology piece and be really good at all the bells and whistles. And I'm going to hide in my cubicle and I'm going to knock out all this stuff and I'm going to put all this code on my pages and I'm going to do the optimization, etc. But then you still got to think like a human or express like a human. Now, you can use AI to create human terms. You can go to the section in the search engine that says people also ask and drill and drill and drill. And maybe you want to do an example of that, Hubie, real quick to show how you can drill and drill and drill and find it. But at the end of the day, it has to sound human friendly. How would someone ask that question if they were in an AI engine? And that way of speaking needs to show up in your online presence.
Exactly. And so let me share the section of my prompt that's specifically, excuse me, ensuring that the output is AI friendly. Okay. I tell it content must be written so it's easily usable and feature worthy by AI platforms such as Google AI, Bing Copilot, Perplexity. To achieve this, answer directly and completely. Begin sections with clear, concise answers to the implied search intent. For example, yes, dental implants are safe and effective for most patients. The reason why you want to have it answer this way is because there's an implied question, right? In the AI-friendly world, questions and answers are highly valued by AI. AI wants to be friendly in terms of answering your queries, right? Ridgely's fond of talking about the Ask Jeeves example, that AI answers questions, right? And then follow with expanded explanation, examples, and emotional context. And of course, what's the emotional context? That's that whole limbic messaging thing. Give your output in structured formatting. Use H2 and H3 headings, okay, that match how patients might search online. Questions, problems, local modifiers. Meaning, is sedation dentistry, right for me? Or where can I find sedation dentistry in Bowling Green? Right? You want to give questions and answers like that. Provide bullet points or numbered steps. AI loves to surface answers with that's bullet point form or in steps. Trust signals, EEAT signals. We've gone over that in the past. That's that whole authority building thing. Weave in local authority markers. Put in local addresses, doctors' names, and this one is specific to Gainesville, Georgia. So we're asking it to answer, hyper locally. Quote or paraphrase doctors' insights and real patient reviews to provide firsthand perspectives. That's a big key. Clarity over creativity. Use direct, plain-spoken sentences that AI systems can easily parse. Avoid idioms, fluff, and abstract phrasing that could confuse summarization models. We're making this friendly for AI so that it doesn't get confused.
I want to make sure we have time to show a real-world example of what this all means.
Sure. Yeah, you can run some of your AI question searches and show where it could show up in an AI overview. Write in a way that allows a sentence or short paragraph to serve as a ready-made snippet. This is important. Ridgely will show you how in the AI overviews, these little snippets are like literally from our website, right? Google and any other engine, they don't want to work that hard. They want to just look at the website and say, oh, this would be good for an AI answer. And it literally takes, what you do there. Okay, so anyway, we can go on and on, but let's have Ridgely share what he means by the AI overview answers. And then I'm going to look up.
This is kind of crazy. So I want to show you guys, this is when it used to be all about bots and crawlers. This is what market domination looks like. We have a dentist in Sylacauga, Alabama. It's called Southern Smiles. Now take a look at this. Places, dentist, Sylacauga, Alabama. Places, Southern Smiles. Organic, Southern Smiles. Best dentist, Sylacauga. Places, Southern Smiles, #1. Organic, #1. Best cosmetic dentist, Sylacauga. Places, #1. Organic, #1. I'm doing this fast, but you guys get the picture, right? Best family dentist, Places, #1. Organic, #1. Now we're going to another one. This is a Chickasha. Our client is 29th Street Dental Care. So if I go back one, uh, cosmetic dentist, Chickasha. Oh, sorry, I'm going the wrong way. All these, it's the same thing. Dentist, #1, Chickasha, #1 in the Places, #1 in organic. Best dentist, #1 in Places, #1 organic. Cosmetic, Places, #1. Cosmetic, #1. Sedation, #1. #1. You guys get the picture, right? This is complete domination of the market, except that we have a problem. Here's Hayes, another one of our clients, Dennis Cookville, best Dennis Cookville, who is there? Hayes. Family Dennis Cookville, Hayes. Best Dennis Gorham, another one of our clients, Morgan Dental Care. Best sedation Dennis Gorham, Morgan Dental Care. Now watch this. Johnston and Murphy is not one of my clients yet. I'm pretty sure they're going to be really soon because of this. Dentist, Ruston, they show up #1. Best dentist, Ruston, they show up #1. Cosmetic dentist, they show up #1. Implant dentist, they show up #1. But then you ask a question in an AI form to an engine, and in the AI overview, who is the best dentist in Ruston, Louisiana? Bam, Patrick Stuckey shows up. Ruston Dental Clinic. Where's Johnston and Murphy? They're nowhere because they haven't optimized for AI. Look at this. Who's the best family dentist in Ruston? Patrick Stuckey. Oh, look at that. Where's Johnston and Murphy? Nowhere. Who's the best implant dentist in Ruston? Oh, Robert Mann. No Patrick Stuckey anymore. This is critical. They could be #1 and thinking they're doing everything right and be actually losing because the AI overview is above everything else. And obviously, just real quick, I want to show you guys. Of course, our guys are Best Sedation Dentist, Sylacauga, Southern Smiles in the AI overview, Southern Smiles in the AI overview, Southern Smiles in the AI overview, Chandler Park, one of our clients, another one's Chandler Park over here. Because when people are asking it, like, I just moved here and I'm missing a couple of teeth, what dentist can help me in Chickasha? Boom, who shows up first? 29th Street, our client, because we optimize for AI. Same thing here, 29th Street. So I said to myself, well, this Patrick Stuckey guy that took over from Johnston and Murphy, what has he done? Oh, I went to the website. Is Invisalign right for me? Written exactly in AI-friendly language. What else do we know works? FAQs. Google has told us that that's what they want. So what's on Patrick Stuckey's website? FAQs. Is there a coincidence here? Of course, there's not a coincidence. You just got to do the work. And if you don't, you're going to get killed by somebody who does. I'm sitting there saying to Johnston and Murphy, you guys understand that Patrick Stuckey just took your #1 spot. That means he is getting all the best patients. Because if they see him at #1 and they interact in an AI fashion and AI gives them satisfactory responses, the only thing they're going to do is say, okay, thank you very much. Hang up now. Hey, Siri, call Patrick Stuckey, dentist. Boom. No, don't call. Right?
Funny.
Because we're moving to a no-click environment. The importance of optimizing for AI is more ferocious than ever. Check this out. This I came up with yesterday. I had to call Hubert immediately to verify that this was accurate. No, Sunday. Sorry, I don't want to exaggerate. It was a couple days ago. Days go by fast. If you are not optimized for AI and you are advertising for a service, guess what? You're promoting your competition. What? My money is promoting my competition if they're optimized for AI. How's that work? Well, get this. Let's use the same example, right? Somebody's been thinking about getting a dental implant and they're scared of the dentist and they want sedation dentistry, they want sleep dentistry, and they see an ad for dental implants with Dr. So-and-so. what do they do if they're interacting with AI? They pick up their phone and they say, "Hey AI, I want to talk to you about dental implants. I've got a couple teeth missing, and I've been thinking about it for a long time. I'm really anxious about this whole deal and getting it done. But I'm wondering if you can recommend who are the best dental implant dentists in my town." They're in the town, so they don't even have to mention the town. What's AI going to say? They're going to look at who is optimized for AI, and they're going to come back with, sure, I can help with that. Here's one practice you might want to check out. It's Dr. Hubert Lee, known for his family atmosphere, very comforting, great reviews, etc. And they have a consultation, a free consultation. Would you like any more information, or do you have enough? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot. Hey Siri, call Hubert Lee, dentist. Right, right. So all of a sudden, if people who are not optimized for AI, hey, they start advertising on Google using PPC or whatever, they're actually promoting for the competition that is optimized for AI. That is the craziest thing ever. And believe me, I'm going to use that in every sales presentation I ever do moving forward to lock down some more dentists.
Yes, that's an excellent example. Let me share my screen originally. So while you were giving that example, I thought I'd run the search. Who is the best sedation dentist in Carlsbad? Right. And so they mentioned two. This blue is highlighted. It's not me highlighting it. It's already highlighted that way because that's the part that's answering the question, right? So in the AI overview, it says La Costa Dental Excellence in this other outfit. These guys here are our clients. Okay. So La Costa Dental Excellence are two reputable, blah, 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 whatever. Let me just point out a couple of things here. Without the AI, with the AI answer promoting you, you're the top one on the page. And then also here in this panel here is our listing here. Oral sedation, Carlsbad, that's our client. Note, if you went down the page in the organic listings, our client doesn't show up until here, right? So
they're number 3 in the places.
Right. Oh, let me see. Oh yeah, the number 3 in the places. But the point is, if you can win the AI overview mention, you're like top and center right here. And with the no-click environment that Ridgely's talking about, and frankly, a lot of people are getting upset at Google about this. If your question was who's the best sedation dentist, and your AI assistant says it to you in the verbal answer, or if you glance at your phone and you see La Costa Dental Excellence, you're not even clicking any further. Your query has been answered, right? Now, Ridgely also mentioned for me to show the people also ask functionality as how to get the questions that you should be putting on your website. That's this panel right here. See this people also ask? This is saying that statistically, people that are asking this question here, who's the best sedation dentist in Carlsbad, are also asking these questions here. If you go and click on these, that opens up more. And then who should not have sedation dentistry? If you click that one, it gives you answers. And then there's more, right? You can keep going and going, and then Google will let you know what the appropriate FAQs are that you should put on the page. Oh, 5 o'clock, Ridgely. You want to tell us when we're meeting next?
Yep, let me do that right now. We are meeting next real quick on Wednesday the 3rd, 1 o'clock Eastern time, 10 o'clock Pacific. Wednesday the 3rd is our next awesome meeting.
Awesome. And again, folks, this has been a whirlwind hour here. Sorry for the mayhem and the excitement, but that's kind of how we rolled today. So Ridgely, I got a question for you.
All right.
How many apples grow on a tree? Ridgely?
How many?
All of them.
That's pretty good, actually.
Gotcha.
I like
Gotcha.
that. All right, brother.
Gotcha.
All right, everybody. Thank you all. We will see you very soon. Have a great rest of your week.
Oh, wait. We got to celebrate with Bridget. Bridget says, based on all that you have taught me, I rank #1 for who is the best slide designer in San Juan Capistrano, California.
Nice. Bridget rocks. I will have that new presentation for you very soon, Bridget. I promise. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great one.
Awesome.
Ciao for now.